You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. The Luzerne County Visitors Bureau moved into an iconic building in Wilkes-Barre, and WYLN's Mackenzie Ocker has more on the story.
State Senator John Udechak stopped by the new office of Luzerne County in Wilkes-Barre to present a $250,000 state marketing grant. The grant will be used to market the new Visitors Bureau and bring in more people to Luzerne County after low numbers of tourism due to the pandemic.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, it's a significant amount of money, and coming out of the pandemic, like we all are, we had some losses in 2020 with revenue, and so this will help us, do some of the things that we would have liked to have done and help promote this county the way it deserves to be promoted.
Many people come from out of state and throughout Pennsylvania to visit and see the many attractions it has to offer. With the grant, the people of the Visitors Bureau will be able to increase tourist attraction to the area.
We have a $1 billion industry here typically in tourism. More than $1 billion comes into Luzerne County each year. Tourism helps support over 7,000 jobs in Luzerne County. And so we need to do our job to help promote that and support that industry, support our events, market this community, market this county.
Moving to a new location will also be a big help to bring in more people to Luzerne County. The new office opened on Monday, where was previously a railroad station, nightclub, restaurant, and hotel.
People have memories of this building, and what we've learned since we moved in on Monday, because we have had so many people come in and tell us this, is how they were rooting for this building, how they wanted it restored, how they were so happy to see it being used. And for the Visitors Bureau, it's a perfect place because it's an iconic building. There's free parking. Everybody knows it. And when guests come in here, not only can they find all the information that we have to offer about the attractions in Luzerne County, but the building itself is a conversation piece. It's been on the National Register of Historic Places since 1975.
The Visit Luzerne County location offers history from the past and present, displaying pictures of the train station that date back to 100 years, which is another reason to make your way over.
Our entire lobby is full with information on attractions of things to do in Luzerne County and throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. So whether you're into history or architecture or outdoors or trails or sports, if you're looking for hotel accommodations, if you're looking for all ages, if you're looking for something to do with your children, if you're looking for something to do with teens, it's all here for you.
So stop on by to relive history and pick up the new visitor's guide filled with 40 pages of attractions and things to do in Luzerne County. Reporting in Wilkes-Barre for WYLN News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thanks, Mackenzie. Hazleton City Authority crews have been busy responding to reports of leaking water lines and meters during a recent cold snap. Crews worked Saturday to repair an 8-inch water main that broke near Arthur Street and Morrison Circle after being alerted of the leak when a depression formed in a road near the intersection. Officials aren't sure how long the line was broken, but estimate that 200,000 gallons of water leaked per day. Since leaks have been on the uptick, staff's been monitoring the billing system for alerts of accounts that had water running for 24 consecutive hours. If an account's flagged for running water, authority staff must track down customers and notify them of a possible leak. A Hazel Township man is facing charges for allegedly stealing parts from a local recycling center. Police were called to Eastern Meadow Recycling on Transportation Drive shortly after 7 Sunday evening. Officers encountered 47-year-old Christopher Dura, who admitted to breaking into the facility and cutting the exhausts off of several vehicles to steal catalytic converters. He was arrested and charged with trespass, criminal intent, and theft. A Mississippi man was arrested Tuesday night in Sugarloaf Township for allegedly having an inappropriate relationship with a minor. According to police, 22-year-old Justice Lamaro Brewer met a 14-year-old girl on a dating website and hired an Uber driver to bring her to the Candlewood Suites on Bowman's Mill Road. The victim's mother reported her missing on February 10th and told police that she believed that her daughter was at the hotel with Brewer. Brewer was charged with statutory sexual assault, corruption of minors, and unlawful contact with a minor. He was arraigned and taken to prison for lack of $35,000 bail. A Pittston man who pled guilty to statutory sexual assault in Lackawanna County may get a lesser sentence for child corruption charges in Luzerne County. 46-year-old Arthur John Webb was arrested by Pittston police back in April for allegedly having inappropriate relationships with 2 young girls. He pled guilty and was sentenced in Lackawanna County Court to serve 3 to 8 years in prison. He was also charged for sexually assaulting a 15-year-old girl in 2018 and was scheduled to be sentenced Tuesday in Luzerne County Court. His attorney raised an issue regarding sentencing guidelines. If his Lackawanna case is included, he could face a longer sentence, but if it isn't, he could receive probation. His Luzerne County hearing has been continued, while sentencing guidelines are being reviewed. The family of 2 small boys that fatally drowned recently decided to backfill the ponds where they died. The 4- and 5-year-old brothers accidentally drowned in ponds back on February 9th on the family's farm along Molina Road in West Brunswick Township. The ponds were drained, and dump trucks were brought in to fill the ground with soil. The names of the victims have not yet been released, and neighbors of the family have collected funds that'll be donated to the family. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office announced that 5 people were charged for allegedly conspiring to illegally obtain pandemic unemployment assistance. AG Josh Shapiro said 9 people were involved in the scheme where they tried to obtain nearly $925,000. Of those charged so far, 3 are from New Jersey, 1 is from Delaware, and another is from Loganville, Georgia. 7 of the defendants allegedly claimed to have worked for the same trucking company between January and March of 2020. Upon further investigation, prosecutors allege they did not work for the company, nor have any record of being employed in Pennsylvania. 3 of the other suspects are expected to be charged within the next week, and 1 remains at large. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce Women's Networking Committee is holding their first luncheon of the new year. The luncheon program will be held on Tuesday, February 22nd from noon to 1 p.m. at the Top of the 80s restaurant in Hazleton. The event is being sponsored by MMI and is open for any woman to attend. Founder Director of Country Heart Farm, Dr. Patricia Rodriguez Hudson, CRNP, is slated as guest speaker, and the topic will be the importance of self-care. It's $20 for chamber members and $25 for non-members to attend, and the fee will be collected at the door, which will benefit the Women's Empowerment Grant Fund. Reservations are required by registering online or by calling the chamber office at 570-455-1509. Farmers and community organizations are working to bring fresh food to people's tables. Wyln's Julie Stefanovich has more on the PASS program.
Governor Tom Wolf proposed $4.5 million in a 2022-23 budget for the Pennsylvania Agriculture Surplus System, otherwise known as PASS. The program distributes surplus food from farmers to people in need. The funding will help organizations like Garden of Health bring thousands of pounds of locally produced foods to the tables of food insecure families.
2020, we did over 200,000 pounds of produce that we grew or we picked up from local farms and distributed it out to food pantries and low-income families in Montgomery and Bucks County. And we get about 10,000 pounds of produce out of this garden that we donate to our partners, which are food pantries, Meals on Wheels, weekend backpack programs, any organization that is working with individuals to help them with food insecurity.
The PASS program pays for the harvesting, packaging, and transportation of the surplus food that's distributed to all of Pennsylvania's 67 counties.
The PASS program is something that I think every state wishes they had, to the point where Congress actually included something like the PASS program in the last Farm Bill in 2018 to encourage other states to copy us. So I'll give credit to Karen Long-Earl, our director for the Bureau of Food Assistance, who, among other things that she does for Pennsylvania, has been trying to help other states replicate our success.
More information on the PASS program can be found by visiting agriculture.pa.gov. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up on Wyln News, Thon is back, and so is the Pennsylvania Dmva's virtual Veteran Town Hall Series. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kits. We'll be right back.
My name is Gio, and I'm 3 years old. The weather is going to be tomorrow rainy, so get your umbrella. Bye.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Penn State's Thon is back in person this weekend after having to go virtual last year. PSU students across the Commonwealth will continue to raise funds and awareness for thousands of Four Diamonds families through their annual dance marathon this weekend. Thon goes for more than 46 hours and is the largest student-run philanthropy in the world. Each family has a child receiving cancer treatment at Penn State Health Children's Hospital. Thon raised more than $10 million last year with the virtual event. The Diocese of Scranton gathered Tuesday to celebrate at the Cathedral of St. Peter in Scranton. A mass of thanksgiving and sending forth was held for Bishop-elect Jeffrey Walsh prior to his departure from northeastern Pennsylvania to become the 6th bishop of the Diocese of Gaylord, Michigan. Pope Francis made the announcement back on December 21st, and his episcopal ordination and installation is set for Friday, March 4th at St. Mary Cathedral in Gaylord. Bishop-elect Walsh was ordained at the Cathedral of St. Peter on June 25, 1994, and has served as a priest in the Diocese of Scranton for 27 years. The State Department of Labor and Industry announced the availability of $2.5 million in Schools to Work program grant funding. The funding will serve to continue fostering partnerships between schools, employers, organizations, and associations that lead to career pathways for students. The maximum award per project is $250,000, and grants will be awarded and funded based on availability. The grants funded by re-employment funds, which can be used in assisting individuals to become employed or improve their employment through job search and placement services, educational enhancement, job training and readiness, and workplace skills training. Proposals are due by Tuesday, March 15th at 4 p.m., with contracts starting on July 1st and ending on December 31st of 2024. Details on eligibility and more can be found on LNI's website. The Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veterans Affairs is pleased to announce its 2022 Virtual Veteran Town Hall Series. The series will provide nearly 800,000 veterans across the Commonwealth with a convenient platform to learn and ask questions through the live chat feature about programs and benefits earned through their military service. The 5 virtual town halls will all take place from 5 to 6:30 p.m. via Webex. Dates and topics are March 16th on veteran suicide prevention, May 18th on serving older veterans, July 13th on resources for homeless veterans, September 14th on transportation issues facing veterans, and November 2nd on honoring veterans for their service and sacrifice. Visit Dmva's website, Twitter, or Facebook pages 2 weeks prior to each town hall for the Webex link. Coming up on Ayers Grove's News Choice, we talk heart disease on this Wellness Wednesday. Plus, Leading the Way, Part 3. Stay with us.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Tabletsupply, here to supply you with over 25 years of home improvement industry experience. Call 570-500-1351. Check out their showroom at 325 West Walnut Street in Hazleton or tabletsupply.com for all your business and home improvement or special project needs.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Bar Bush Automotive. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Bar Bush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Call 570-454-7571.
And welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Thanks to our friends over at Lehigh Valley Health Network. I'm Julie Wiegand, and again, we are here at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center on location with Corrine Stone, who is here today to give us a little insight into heart disease as an exercise physiologist. Now, Corrine, I guess we could start off with the various signs and symptoms of heart disease.
Years ago, you would hear of typical signs and symptoms like the crushing, neck pain, chest, arm pain. Nowadays, like the past, number of years, you're hearing different symptoms and signs of people that had heart disease, whether it's shortness of breath, dizziness, nausea, fatigue. We usually encourage patients, like anything, any type of symptom, any issues, please, get checked. Please let your doctors know what's going on.
Now, what are some of those signs and symptoms that have been coming up more recent than not that may be coming up in a way that it might not seem like something that they should get checked out by their doctor at first?
Dizziness, fatigue. Sometimes for women it's like pain between their shoulder blades. Upset stomach we've heard. Jaw pain. There are some things that we have heard patients, report that, they didn't think anything was wrong and then finally went to the doctors and said, hey, this is going on. And, and unfortunately they ended up having like an event or being diagnosed with a heart condition. So we're just trying to get the public, make the public aware of, these different signs and symptoms and to please, please make sure you get checked if anything comes up.
And with those signs and symptoms, obviously they can happen at any age range, at any point in time. Now, what are some tips and some advice that you have for our viewers and our audience, whether it's women, men, or those looking out for their children on noticing signs and symptoms on someone else?
Definitely you want to stay active. That's the key. Try to get more exercise. Try to get walking in. Try to follow a diet as best as you can. Fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains. Watching your fatty, salty foods. Taking medications as prescribed. That's one thing we're really big on patient education. Getting people to be aware of their risk factors. And how to control them. Talk to your doctors. Don't be afraid to let them know what's going on. People think something might be minor, and unfortunately, sometimes it's not. We've already seen patients that don't have any symptoms. They had like a silent heart attack or so forth. Like you said, it could happen at any age. I've been doing rehab and stress tests for a number of years, and we've seen patients as young as in their 20s come in. Had heart attacks, heart issues, all the way up into their 90s. Years ago, it would happen at older adults age group, and now we're seeing all different kind of types, all different kind of ages.
So with that, and with February being Heart Month, what is one of the bigger messages that you want our viewers and our audience to understand about heart disease and heart disease awareness?
I would just say definitely awareness, especially if you have a family history, that is a very strong risk factor. So we encourage patients, if you had parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters with heart disease, please get checked, be proactive, it's better to start young. We're, seeing, more people and, more younger people being not as active as years ago, so just get out there, get exercise, again, watching what you eat, go to those doctor's appointments.
All right. Thank you so much, Corrine, for talking about heart disease and bringing awareness to the subject with us.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody watching out there. Remember, not only is it Heart Month, it is also Heart Health Awareness Month, which means you should be aware of your heart. Don't be afraid to talk to your doctor, because it doesn't matter what age you are, definitely, especially if you have a family history of heart disease, be sure to get checked out. Don't be afraid to speak up if you're feeling uncomfortable, and preventative measures will benefit you in the long run. So that's it for this Wellness Wednesday. We'll see you next time here on Wyln.
We want your child to be our WYLN weather kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
We all need a midweek pick-me-up, and WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Wednesdays. All our good news stories will be printed in the WYLN TV Penny's Classified Good News Bulletin, distributed throughout the community and digitally posted on WYLN News Facebook page and on our website. If you have good news to share, contact us to be featured in our special Good News edition. Good events, good people, good jobs, all good news.
Moore & Associates, accountants and advisors, located at 751 North Church Street in Hazleton. Contact them for all your individual and business tax and accounting needs.
Hi everybody, stay tuned this week for Let's Talk Chiropractic. Dr. Alex and I are going to talk about the details of car accidents. You do not need to be referred to us as a chiropractor to be checked, and if you need an attorney, full tort, all that kind of stuff, so stay tuned.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Readiness for details at 570-233-5328.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Ms. Fabergé is leading the way into part 3 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Miss Fabergé. Miss Fabergé, describe your facility and what's available to the students.
I have a wonderful building. It used to be the Moose Club. When I was a kid, it was a Moose Club. And when I came to Hazleton, I bought it. It's 5,000 square feet right on Broad Street, 2 floors. We have 3 gorgeous dance rooms. The downstairs one is the showpiece, very fancy, but I like the upstairs because there's a bay of windows, and often when I'm teaching, I'll say to the students, stop. Everybody look out the window, and we can see the southwestern sky. We also have, and the children are starting to do that to me. Stop, Miss Fabergé, look out the window. But we also have another room, so there's always enough room to move around. We have lots of mats, of course, we do the acrobatics. Right now I'm set up to shoot video. Because we're doing some things online. And in general, the building has good karma. So it's a place that we can come. That's what we have to offer, is that good feeling and a place that becomes your dancing home and lots of space.
Okay. Tell us what it's like going to a competition.
Oh, competitions get a bad rap. I love competitions. Everybody at competition is having a great time, okay? And there's lots of enthusiasm, lots of energy. When you go there, the different acts go up one after the other, and it's all different schools, and people are really enthused, the parents are enthused. It's a very upbeat, positive experience. If you handle it correctly, it's a great resource for teaching about winning, teaching about losing, teaching about how to behave in public, teaching what is fair. Life is not always fair. A lot of opportunities, and it's a reward for the children. They love it because you're in the studio after all. Get dressed up, get in that costume, get out there. Most of the competitions do a really great job of being kid-friendly. It's not a big serious competition like a ballet, the Paris ballet competition where everyone's very serious. It's not like that. It's a lot of fun and by and large a wonderful experience.
I'm not sure who it's more fun for. Is it for you or the kids?
We all have a ball, and the moms. It's just a feel-good, wonderful thing. And the kids, they're under pressure, and I like when they're under pressure. How do you perform under pressure?
Right.
I like
values
that.
to teach. Absolutely. Check back tomorrow night as Miss Fabergé continues leading the way into part 4 of this week's segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.